Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sunika, and in today's video, we're diving into Power BI interview questions. Whether you're preparing for an interview or just want to enhance your knowledge, this video is packed with all the important questions you need to know. I'll cover a range of topics, from basic concepts to advanced scenarios, to help you ace your next interview. So, make sure to watch till the end and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech content. Let's get started. Sure, I'd be happy to help answer these Power BI questions. Question 1. What are the different components of Power BI and how do they interact? Power BI has several key components. 1. Power BI Desktop, a Windows application for creating reports and data models. 2. Power BI Service, Cloud, an online service for sharing, collaborating, and distributing Power BI reports and dashboards. 3. Power BI Mobile Apps, apps for Android, iOS, and Windows devices to view and interact with Power BI content on the go. 4. Power BI Gateway, a gateway that allows you to connect your on-premises data sources to the Power BI service. 5. Power BI Report Server, an on-premises report server where you can publish Power BI reports alongside paginated reports, mobile reports, and KPIs. 6. Power BI Embedded, a service that allows developers to embed Power BI reports into other applications. Question 2. Explain the architecture of Power BI. How does data flow from source to visualization? Power BI architecture. 1. Data sources. Power BI supports various data sources, including databases, SQL Server, Oracle, etc., cloud services, Azure, Salesforce, etc., and files, Excel, CSV, etc. 2. Power Query, used for data extraction, transformation, and loading ETL. Users clean and shape data using the Power Query Editor. 3. Data Model. Data is loaded into the Power BI Desktop's data model, where relationships between tables are defined and measures and calculated columns are created. 4. Visualizations. Users create visual reports and dashboards using different visualization tools in Power BI Desktop. 5. Publishing. Reports are published to the Power BI service. 6. Collaboration. In the Power BI service, users can share reports and dashboards, set up workspaces, and collaborate with others. 7. Data refresh. Data can be refreshed on a scheduled basis using the Power BI service, ensuring that reports and dashboards reflect the latest data. Question 3. What is the Power Query Editor, and how is it used in Power BI? Power Query Editor, a tool within Power BI Desktop, also available in Excel, used for data transformation and preparation. It allows users to connect to various data sources, clean and transform data, e.g., remove duplicates, filter rows, merge tables, shape data into the desired format before loading it into the Power BI data model, apply a series of steps to transform the data, which are recorded and can be modified later. DAX. Data analysis expressions, a formula language used in Power BI, Power Pivot, and SSES to create custom calculations in calculated columns, measures, and calculated tables. It is designed to work with relational data and provide advanced data analysis capabilities. Common DAX functions. Sum. Adds up all values in the amount column of the sales table. Average. Calculates the average of the amount column in the sales table. Calculate equals calculates the sum of amount for the North America region. Filter filters the sales table for rows where amount is greater than 1,000. Related retrieves the product name from the related product table. Question 5. How do you handle performance optimization in Power BI? Performance optimization techniques. 1. Efficient data modeling. Use star schema over snowflake schema. Optimize relationships between tables. 2. Reducing data load. Load only necessary columns. Filter data before loading. 3. Optimizing DAX. Avoid complex and nested DAX calculations. Use variables to store intermediate results. 4. Aggregations and summarizations. Pre-aggregate data when possible. Use summarized tables for large datasets. 5. Use of indexes and partitions. Ensure proper indexing on source databases. Partition large tables in the data source. 6. Incremental data refresh. Implement incremental data refresh for large datasets to reduce refresh time. 7. Optimizing visuals. Limit the number of visuals on a report page. Use appropriate visuals for the data. Question 6. Explain the difference between calculated columns and measures. When would you use each? Calculated columns. Created in the data model. Calculated for each row in a table. Values are stored in the data model. Example, sales total price equals sales quantity asterisk sales unit price. Measures. Calculated on the fly during query execution. Context dependent. Changes based on filters/slicers in the report. Not stored in the data model, thus more efficient. Example, total sales equals sum sales total price. When to use each. Use calculated columns when you need to add a new data field to your model that will be used for filtering, grouping, or row-level calculations. Use measures for aggregate calculations that depend on the current filter context, such as totals, averages, or percentages. Question 7. What are some best practices for data modeling in Power BI? Best practices for data modeling. 1. Star schema. Use a star schema design with fact and dimension tables. 2. Naming conventions. Use clear and consistent naming conventions for tables, columns, and measures. 3. Avoid calculated columns. Minimize the use of calculated columns. Prefer measures for dynamic calculations. 4. Data types. Set appropriate data types for columns. 5. Relationships. Define relationships correctly and ensure referential integrity. 6. Hide unnecessary columns. Hide columns that are not needed for reporting. 7. Use measures. Use measures instead of calculated columns for performance and flexibility. 8. Documentation. Document the data model, including table relationships and DAX formulas. Question 8. How do you implement row-level security, RLS, in Power BI? Implementing row-level security, RLS. 1. Define roles. In Power BI Desktop, go to the Modeling tab and select Manage Roles. Create a new role and define DAX filter expressions that specify which rows each role can access. 2. Apply filters. Set up DAX filter expressions on tables to filter rows based on roles. Example, salesperson equals username filters rows where the salesperson column matches the logged-in user's username. 3. Publish to Power BI service. Publish the report to the Power BI service. Go to the dataset settings and assign users or groups to the roles you created. 4. Testing. Use the View as Role feature in Power BI Desktop to test RLS configurations and see the data from different roles' perspectives. Question 9. What is the Power BI service, and how does it differ from Power BI Desktop? Power BI Service. A cloud-based service, SaaS, for sharing, collaboration, and distribution of Power BI reports and dashboards. Allows users to view and interact with reports and dashboards through a web browser. Provides features like workspaces, apps, data refresh scheduling, and row-level security. Power BI Desktop. A Windows application for creating data models and reports. Offers data connection, transformation, and visualization capabilities. Used for designing and building reports before publishing them to the Power BI service. Differences. Power BI Desktop is for development and authoring of reports. Power BI Service is for sharing, collaboration, and consumption of reports. Question 10. How do you schedule data refreshes in Power BI Service? Scheduling data refreshes. 1. Publish dataset. Publish the Power BI report with the dataset to the Power BI service. 2. Configure Gateway if needed. If the data source is on premises, configure and install the Power BI Gateway. 3. Schedule refresh. Go to the dataset settings in the Power BI service. Under Scheduled Refresh, enable Keep Your Data Up to Date. Set the refresh frequency, daily, weekly, etc., and times for the refresh. Configure data source credentials if required. 4. Email notifications. Set up email notifications for refresh failures to monitor and resolve issues promptly. Question 11. Describe how you would share your Power BI reports and dashboards with others in your organization. Sharing Power BI reports and dashboards can be done through several methods. 1. Power BI service. PowerBI.com. You can publish reports to the Power BI service and share them with others within your organization. You can share individual reports, dashboards, or even create and share workspaces for collaborative work. 2. Email subscriptions. Users can subscribe to email updates from a report or dashboard to receive snapshots regularly. 3. Embed. In SharePoint Online, embed Power BI reports directly into SharePoint Online pages using the Power BI web part. 4. Publish to web. For public-facing reports, you can use the Publish to Web feature to generate a public URL. 5. Microsoft Teams integration. Share reports and dashboards directly within Teams channels for better collaboration. 6. Export options. Export reports to PDF, PowerPoint, or Excel and share these files. Question 12. What are the different types of visualizations available in Power BI, and how do you choose the right one for your data? Power BI offers a variety of visualizations, including 1. Bar and column charts, useful for comparing categorical data or showing changes over time. 2. Line and area charts, ideal for displaying trends over time. 3. Pie and donut charts, good for showing proportions and percentages. 4. Scatter and bubble charts, useful for showing relationships and distributions. 5. Maps, geographical data representation. 6. Tables and matrices, best for detailed data and tabular information. 7. Cards and KPIs, highlighting single data points and key metrics. 8. Slicers, allow for data filtering. Choosing the right visualization depends on the data type and the story you want to tell. For instance, use line charts for time series data, bar charts for categorical comparisons, and maps for geographical data. Question 13. How do you use bookmarks and selections in Power BI to enhance your reports? Answer. Bookmarks in Power BI are used to capture the current state of a report page, including filters, slicers, and visual selections. They enhance reports by allowing 1. Navigation. Create a button or a link to jump between different views or pages within a report. 2. Storytelling. Set up a sequence of views to guide users through a data narrative. 3. Custom views. Save different filter settings and visual states for different audiences or purposes. Selections are used to manage which visuals are displayed or hidden in a bookmark, allowing for more dynamic and interactive reports. Question 14. Explain the process of creating a custom visual in Power BI. Creating a custom visual involves 1. Setting up development environment. Install necessary tools like Node.js, Power BI Visual Tools, Viviz, and an IDE like Visual Studio Code. 2. Creating a new visual project. Use Viviz CLI to create a new project template. 3. Developing the visual. Write the code for your visual using TypeScript, D3.js, or other libraries. 4. Testing. Use the Power BI service to test your visual in a sandbox environment. 5. Packaging. Package the visual into a.viviz file. 6. Publishing. Publish the visual to the app source or share it within your organization. Question 15. What is the Power BI REST API and how can it be used? The Power BI REST API allows developers to interact programmatically with the Power BI service. It can be used for 1. Automation. Automate tasks like publishing reports, refreshing datasets, or managing users and permissions. 2. Integration. Integrate Power BI with other applications and services. 3. Embedding. Embed Power BI reports, dashboards, and tiles in custom applications. 4. Data management. Access and manage datasets, including updating data sources and triggering data refreshes. Question 15. How do you integrate Power BI with other Microsoft services like Azure, Excel, or SharePoint? Power BI integrates seamlessly with other Microsoft services. 1. Azure. Use Azure SQL Database, Azure Data Lake, or Azure Synapse Analytics as data sources. Azure Machine Learning models can also be integrated for predictive analytics. 2. Excel. Import Excel data into Power BI. Use Power BI Publisher for Excel, or export Power BI data to Excel. 3. SharePoint. Embed Power BI reports in SharePoint Online, or connect to SharePoint lists and libraries as data sources. Question 17. Plus, can you describe a challenging Power BI project you have worked on and how you overcame the difficulties? One challenging project involved creating a comprehensive sales performance dashboard for a global company with disparate data sources. The main difficulties included 1. Data integration * different formats and systems. We used Power Query to clean and transform the data. 2. Performance * large datasets slowed down the report. We optimized data models and used aggregations. 3. User requirements * diverse user needs required multiple custom visuals and dynamic filtering options. By collaborating closely with stakeholders, iteratively developing and testing, we delivered a high-performance, user-friendly dashboard. Question 18. How do you ensure data quality and accuracy in your Power BI reports? Ensuring data quality and accuracy involves 1. Data cleaning, using Power Query to clean and pre-process data. 2. Data validation, cross-checking data with source systems and using DAX for consistency checks. 3. Automated refreshes, setting up scheduled refreshes to ensure data is up to date. 4. Testing, regularly testing reports and dashboards with different data scenarios. 5. Documentation, maintaining detailed documentation of data sources, transformations, and assumptions. Question 19. What are the differences between Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium? Power BI Pro requires a per-user license, supports sharing and collaboration in the Power BI service. Data capacity and refresh limits are shared across users. Power BI Premium, capacity-based licensing model, dedicated resources, enhanced performance, and larger data capacity. Supports advanced features like paginated reports, AI capabilities, and larger datasets. On-premises reporting with Power BI Report Server. Question 20. How do you handle data security and compliance in Power BI, especially when dealing with sensitive information? Handling data security and compliance involves 1. Row-level security, RLS implementing RLS to restrict data access based on user roles. 2. Data encryption, ensuring data is encrypted both in transit and at rest. 3. Compliance, adhering to organizational and regulatory compliance standards, e.g., GDPR, HIPAA. 4. Permissions, managing user permissions carefully to control access to datasets, reports, and dashboards. 5. Audit logs, monitoring and auditing user activities within Power BI for security compliance. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Your support means a lot to me. If you have any suggestions for improvement or topics you'd like me to cover in the future, please leave a comment below. I've put a lot of hard work into creating this video, and I hope it has been valuable to you. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.